Hi, this is Michael William Denny of ThunderShamanism.com. First, forgive me that I'm doing the handheld filming. I had one last thing I wanted to say, and I didn't want to take the time to, set up the tripod and all that. And I promise this, well, we'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping this will be the last installment in the political musings I've been sharing. I was thinking about the video where I talked about the difference between Fox News and the so-called mainstream media, and how there's a difference between news commentary and actual reporting of the news by a journalist, and that a journalist has a legal obligation to be able to prove what they're saying, whereas a news commentator can actually either create a rumor or share opinion or share just any unsubstantiated rumor they want. And the point that I was making is that Fox News is built on this unsubstantiated rumor. The birther movement, perfect example. Fox News ran with that and is probably still running with that, even though it was categorically unprovable and false. And I wanted to share about how this kind of news has changed over time. I can remember when the terms globalism and special interests were used solely by Democratic candidates and the liberals. And the reason for that is because special interests were in reference to oil companies, to big pharmaceutical companies, and other large corporations that were trying to influence government to restrict government restrictions on environmental things and those kinds of things. So that has now been completely hijacked by by Fox News. And you'll hear people, who are definitely on the right when it comes to their political leanings, especially people on the extreme right, are now throwing around words like globalism and special interests and applying it to Democrats and liberals. And it leads me to believe that either they do not understand what those words mean. I mean, they know they're bad, and they know that special interests manipulate government policy and laws, but they seem to be completely clueless to the fact that it is the oil companies, it is big pharmaceutical companies, and companies like that that are actually funding these Fox News, for instance. And the Tea Party. The Tea Party is funded by the Koch brothers. It was started and is funded by the Koch brothers. And if you know anything about the Koch brothers, their main issue has always been, from the beginning, to limit government regulation on their production so that they could save money by not protecting the environment with their business practices. And so what's interesting is all you have to do, again, I'm talking about, the majority of I shouldn't say the majority, that it seems half of the American population is so easily manipulated with fear that they don't understand. That the people who are coming to them and saying that liberals and government want to take away your taxes, they want to take away your they want to tax you to death, and they want to take away your guns, and that they're run by special interest groups, people don't take the time to understand and research what a special interest group is. One last example I'll give is this. When Al Gore, this is back when I lived in Idaho, when Al Gore came and gave his presentation on global warming, An Inconvenient Truth, there were people outside protesting it. And I asked them, I said, why are you protesting it? And the woman says, because what he's saying goes against my religion. I mean, there's just nothing in her comment that made any sense. All she was saying was that she was a Christian and that some Christian person had told her that global warming was somehow against the Bible. That was the limit of her thinking. So we've got the same thing going on when it comes to special interest groups and globalization. We've got people using the word special interest groups and referring to liberals when they don't even know what a special interest group is. And how, ironically, it's the special interest groups that have now hijacked this word and are using it to promote their own special interest, to manipulate government so that they can reduce government regulations so that they can pollute. That's what this is all about. Anyway, hopefully this will be the end of all my political musings, but I just felt I needed to share that with whomever wants to listen.